Perfect. It's another episode of the Pandemic Guitar Podcast. It's great to be back, but before we get into everything we do, we got to hurry this along because the cameras are off. Because we have not seen what is about to happen, just like you, the listener, or actually the viewer on YouTube. Check us out there if you haven't. We're about to reveal our very late, but wonderful costumes here. But before, here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get started here, and I'm going to try to give everybody a little hint at what they're about to see.
Okay.
Any guesses?
No.
Oh! Welcome to the show, everybody.
Oh,
yes.
Wow. That's great. Look at that.
I am Tim, having technical difficulties.
With that wig or with the guitar?
Yeah, with everything.
Yeah.
All right.
That's hilarious.
Let's
Who's
tried
next?
real hard on that. Let's do you, Dad. It sounds like you're having a hell of a time breathing there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rick, our
Here
father.
Here we go.
All right.
Yes!
Oh, that is beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes. I'm sorry, do you actually have a piece of paper in front of the name on the bucket?
Yeah. But
That's hilarious.
It's a real one. Don't worry about it.
Oh my gosh. And you guys both have your guitars? Oh man.
Yeah.
I should have gotten mine.
Oh no.
Dang it.
Yeah, went all out there. All right, and
Okay.
then while Dad's trying to catch his breath, because whatever. It's Amanda, my sister, back in the Midwest. That's Amanda.
Yep.
Back in the Midwest.
Amanda, who are you?
Hey y'all. Just been busy working 9 to 5.
Yeah. You better be careful not to bump that microphone.
Yeah.
Hey, I feel for Buckethead.
I was just gonna say, how the hell can he possibly sit there and play?
Yeah.
An entire
Don't
thing?
know.
Can I get out of my wardrobe here?
I wish you
The
would.
mask, you can.
Okay. Hold on. I got to shut the camera off.
Oh, geez.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We don't want to reveal any type of
Wardrobe malfunction.
wardrobe malfunctions. There we go. Exactly.
Did you have the sunglasses?
No, I don't know what, I don't actually know. No, I don't have sunglasses up here.
That's fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna go as long as I can in this wig.
Yeah. No, I feel ya. This is like, it's really traps in the heat,
Yeah. Well, and I don't have the fan going or anything. So,
Oh, that was weird.
what
What was that? It was like split second change.
Yeah.
You can't at least keep the bucket head on. Come on.
No, I can't because what happens is the headphones, it doesn't fit.
Oh.
See? So I had
shoot.
I had to have the headphones like this, but they kept on sliding down my neck.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. It's really hard because I actually was having some issues with my channel strip. I'm like, I was playing guitar before while Dad jumped on, and then you jumped on, Amanda, and I'm sitting there, and Dad's like, hello, and I'm saying hello, and nobody can hear me, and I'm starting to freak out like I just blew my channel strip or something.
Yeah.
And then apparently I must have tugged on the cord or did something because it was half unplugged. But I had to take all this off because I'm up here just trying to figure out what's going on. I can't see. I don't know how Prince did it, but I can't see anything. So I had to take this all off. I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, okay, plug that back in. And then finally, y'all can hear me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree.
Next time, don't pick a costume that suffocates you.
Right.
Well, The other one I had was a plastic bag with a rope around my neck. How's that sound?
What? For what?
I don't know
That's
why
dark.
you would do that.
Yeah.
Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
Stick with the bucket head. Yeah,
So
there you go.
did you have to actually eat the chicken? Did you have to order chicken, or were you able just to go get a
No,
bucket?
tell him the story.
Oh yeah, it was very interesting. I went into this place.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention names. And I said to the guy, I said, "Hey, can I get a bucket?" And he says, "Bucket of what?" I said, "Bucket of air." And he's like, "What do you want? Of just a bucket of air?" I said, "Yeah. How much for a bucket of just a bucket?" So then he's saying something. He's saying something to me, and he says, "I said, well, it's a Halloween costume. Can I just get a bucket?" I said, "My son wants to go as Buckethead."
Yeah.
And then
Oh yeah, you throw me under the bus.
He says, "I got you covered." And he went and he got a bucket. He comes out and he gave it to me. I said,
For
well,
free.
how much?
So he knows who
Free.
Buckethead is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think there's a
That
lot
is-
of people that know. So
Well, that's good. That's good that they know what Buckethead is. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we were supposed to do this 2 weeks ago.
yeah,
Yeah. Unfortunately, things got really busy and we had to skip it. So sorry,
Yeah.
everybody. I kind of pumped up that pre-Halloween show and kind of let all 3 of our listeners down. But, life got busy, I think, for all of us. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it did.
really did. It did
Yeah.
because you were your move kind of got expedited a little bit. Like everything just came in crazy. Work's been crazy for me, and Dad's always got a million things going on. I know that.
right.
yeah.
So yeah, it was just we got down to the wire, and we just decided, you know what? Why try to throw something together just to throw something out? Let's just take a little break,
Yeah.
get caught up, reset, and here we are.
Yep.
Here we are. Better
Third
late than
year.
never, you know?
Third year, isn't it?
Yeah, is it the 3rd year? I can't remember when we actually started. I'll have
August?
to take a look.
was
Was
August,
it?
right?
Yeah, that does sound.
Yeah, it
about
sounds right. Okay, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, is it
Yeah.
hard to have a conversation with me when I'm wearing this?
No.
No,
It's a
okay.
great Jerry curl. It looks great.
Yeah.
You know,
It looks
well,
professional.
it's pure chia. Or chia.
so
Chia,
the wife just
Chia.
waters you at night.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, just a little
Yeah.
bit of water and it just grows.
It grows.
That's hilarious. Has she seen you in that costume?
Yeah, so funny story. For work, my section that I work in, we just decided to buy a bunch of banana costumes. So we're just a bunch of bananas. And that I was gonna wear that. I was gonna be like, oh, just wear the banana costume. I'm gonna be like dumb. And then the wife was like, oh, you got to do better than that. And I'm like, all right, fine. So I was like, well, I'll buy a costume that I can wear for Halloween and for the show.
It works.
And
I know
here
my
I am.
husband
It
had
does.
mentioned, he's like, if your brother is not Prince, I don't want to watch
Get
it.
out of here.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. He did say that because he knows you like Prince. So
Oh, fantastic. I love it.
I was
that
going to
makes
be
me
Weird
happy.
Owl, but I was
I
going
was
to
kind
do.
of thinking that's what you were going to do.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't that
Me
be funny
too.
if we all turned on our cameras and all 3 of us were Weird Owl? That would have been
Yeah.
amazing. But I
That
was
would've
going to
been
do
epic.
the fake hair this time. I was going to go all out, but I was like, no, I need to do something different. So
Yeah.
I
yeah.
like it. I don't.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking you might do what's her name from Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, Stevie
Yeah,
Nicks. That's kind
I
of what
kinda
I thought
thought-
you were gonna do.
I kind of thought that, but I actually I watched a documentary on Dolly Parton like right before we moved, and I was like, okay, that would be an easy costume. I have pillows, I have spare pillows, and a flannel
Right,
shirt. So
Yeah,
I was
she's-
like, you know what? She's actually, she's a pretty talented lady. So this is not making fun of her. So just putting it out there. She's a very
no,
talented musician. So
Yeah.
I didn't
know.
think we were making fun of anybody.
yeah, no.
No.
So I'm either Dolly Parton or a lot lizard, basically.
Well, I don't know their music, so let's go with
No.
Dolly Parton.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
Oh man. And then I actually thought Dad was going to wear blue jeans and a ball cap and just be Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah. You know what? I'm surprised, Dad, you didn't put like a blazer top on and just put sunglasses and be Joe Bonamassa.
Oh,
You know?
there you go. You could have done
Simple.
that too.
I got a top hat over here. I could have put it on and been Slash.
Well, and that's
Slash.
this wig, right? I can just wear it next year. All I need is a top hat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Be
You
Slash.
got Slash.
And then the year after that, I could be Howard Stern. I mean, there's so many costumes with this wig.
Yeah. For sure.
And if I could only see, like,
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
yeah.
funny.
so what's new, everybody?
What is new? You came over and set up my whole new, what is it? DBX. So I have the whole setup now.
We got you set. You sound great.
Yeah. Do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got a good volume there, and
Well, it's a much bigger system than what I thought. It's like the whole kit and caboodle, you know?
it is. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, you should see our setups. It's
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, you
maybe
guys
one
are-
day behind the scenes.
You guys are all nerded out on that. Tim came over and he set this whole thing up for me and he's like, you do this and you do that, then you twist this knob, and I fell asleep for like 30 seconds. And then
I was trying to explain it to you, like, so you would like kind of like, oh, okay, that's what that does, that's what this does, and I look
Yeah.
back over my shoulder and I'm like, in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, the look,
That's-
it's just
that's-
like glazed. Whoop, the look is just glazed over. I mean, some of it made sense, but it's technical. It's too technical for me.
Yeah.
But you got it all set up, so.
Yeah, the good news is once you have it set up, and I mean, we might have to do a little tweak here and there, but once you get it set up, I mean, as long as you don't bump it or anything like that, it should just stay the same.
Yeah.
Should work all the time.
Yeah.
It should. Yeah. So
I wanted to mention that before we moved, we went to a Halloween thing at Disneyland or Schmidneyland, and everybody gets dressed up, right? And we were walking down a part of the theme park, and there were 4 guys walking in a straight line, all dressed as Weird Al Yankovic. And I'm like, that is amazing. No, I thought everybody was dressed up as like a Disney character, right? And they just came in
Yeah.
as like Weird Al, and I was like, that is like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
yeah, somebody thinking outside the box,
Yeah.
Yep.
doing something different. I like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's way cool.
Yeah.
But how was your guys' Halloween now that we're like, way past it?
Oh,
Did you do anything fun?
Yeah, I mean, I had like every year, the wife and I, we have some friends over, and we try to do a little. Everybody dress up as something, and just kind of kick back and have some fun. And pretty much, the wife and I were pretty much the only 2 people who dressed up. Everybody else just kind of came over, hung out for a while, and then that was it.
Boo.
Yeah,
Fun haters.
I know it. Well, I'm not a big fan of dressing up either, but it's the wife's thing. Got to play along.
Yeah. That's true.
It is what it is.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then I think because they moved trick or treat in our neighborhood.
Yeah, I
think it
heard.
was supposed to be on Thursday, and it ended up being on Friday, or the other way around. I couldn't remember, but I was busy with work and stuff like that, so I wasn't able to. Because that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna dress back up and play some really bad guitar for the kids that came by, and
And scare them. Scare them off.
scare them. Like, you guys are all worried about like scarecrows and monsters, but here's a really bad guitar player.
Yep.
Yeah.
One level above karaoke.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting.
Yep.
Halloween was the day before we moved, so it was an absolute, it was chaos.
Mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a mess.
How
I
many
didn't get to
days?
celebrate.
How many days of travel was it?
2.5.
Yeah.
2.5 days. Yeah. So we're zapped. Like, carrying things upstairs and, it's been a crazy. And getting our licenses, so we're officially Iowans again. It's been crazy.
Woo.
Everything
Yeah.
takes time.
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
Oh, what else is new? I mean, I know I know there's we kind of talked a little bit about this. We could talk about it on the show, I suppose.
What's that?
But one of our favorite things about Street Puddle and Guitar Box and a few of these other retailers is their little store cards and how
Yeah.
they do 0% promotional purchases. Which is, I love it, because if I want to buy a new piece of studio equipment or a guitar or whatever, it's whatever the price is, and I can usually do, 12, 24, 36, 48 months even in some cases, 0% financing.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. I like it because I'm like, okay, well, I'll buy this. I'll pay it off. Once that's paid off, I didn't pay any interest on it, so it's basically same as cash. And then when I pay that off, I'll go buy something else and do the same thing over and over and over again. But then recently, Dad, you discovered something on your bill.
Yeah, I discovered a promotional fee. So 2%.
What in the world is a promotional fee?
Every time they have a promotion on some sort of product or something, they add 2% to it.
Wow.
Well, they don't add 2% to it, right? They just basically charge you 2% of whatever the promotional balance is.
Well, let's say it's $1,000 item, 2% of that.
Right.
That's what they would add to the card. So, and your finance charges, I believe they said, include that promotional fee, is what they told me.
Like,
So
what do you mean include?
Well, in
'Cause
other words, like if it says let's say it was $1,000 and you're going to pay it off in 12 months, and let's say it was going to be $11 a month, or no, $111 a month, or something like that. They would take that 2% and just add it in, so you'd be paying like $1 more or $1.50 more per month. But that particular
I'm not exactly sure how it works, because I did notice, and it wasn't until after you said something I looked at one of my statements,
Right.
And I think what it was back in August. I was like, oh crap, there I have a $2 and I don't know 10 cent, 30 cent, 40 cent charge promotion fee,
Right.
And just before that promotion fee, I made a purchase for like $230 or something like that. Right. So I'm like, okay, that's 2%. Now, I didn't look to see if that was like part of my monthly payment plan, or if that was just, because that would be horrible if they charged you that percent or that fee, and that was just a regular charge that until that's paid off, you're getting charged the 24, 25, 30% interest rate, whatever that is.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was explained to me that the manufacturers come along and work out a deal with the credit card companies, especially Guitar Box and Sweet Puddle.
Street Puddle.
Street Puddle.
Yeah, Street Puddle. Yeah. So, and what they do is the manufacturers pay a certain amount, and then the individual now has to pay 2% of that. So that's what it works out to.
I don't know. I kind of get it, and I guess Amanda, I know you're not really big into the different cards and all that stuff, but still, I feel like there's no due diligence there to say, hey, by the way, you're going to get charged a 2% fee for this purchase.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's there in the fine print, maybe.
Well, I think
But
it's
who
just
reads that?
I think it's just that particular card though, because I know I use that same card for like vet visits for my dogs, and they do the same thing. I never know when it's going to be like a promo purchase, and then until I find out, right? And then they charge me that amount or whatever, that percentage, and then you have to get it paid off before like 12 months. Otherwise, they hit you with a bunch of interest, and they never tell you unless you go on your credit statement and look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Which I think that's my problem with it, because we had talked quite a bit, I guess, about the whole thing, and even some other family members have said, well, I mean, it's 2%, it's not that big of a deal, and no, it's not. if you, in my opinion, it's really not that big of a deal. That 2% charge, hey, you're going to buy this thing, we're going to give you 48 months to pay it off, because let's just say it costs $2,000. So then you're going to get a 2% interest or a 2% fee, promotion fee. I just, where are they jumping out and saying, hey, by the way, if you do this, you're going to get a fee? I feel like it's almost one of those things where the credit company, and this is probably not a new tactic by any means, but it's almost like, you know what, we're just going to let it do its thing, and we figure probably 90% of people won't even know. And the 10% of people that do know, only 2% is going to call and complain. We'll deal with that 2%.
Right.
As far as, hey, not our problem, blah, 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 blah. But and here's the thing, is that when it becomes the standard, when people just accept that it's 2%, then what's going to prevent the companies from saying, let's do 4% or 6%?
Or how about this? How about let's take a Gibson, $2,500 Gibson, give it away for free, and do a $2,500 promotion. What's the difference?
Right, yeah. But, well, do you get, I guess, if you're...
It's included in the monthly, it goes through the monthly financing.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's the part that I have not gotten to dig down to and see if that promotion fee is part of the... So that $2.30 that I got charged, and let's just say that that's a 12-month buyback. So I have 12 months to pay back my promotional balance and that fee?
Yes, yeah. So how about this scenario? Okay, I go out and I see something. Let's just say it's $100. It's a promotional thing. Then I take and I turn around, and let's say in this case it's only going to be $2, right?
Okay.
All right. But let's say there's a competitor out there, and he's charging $101, and I'm like, oh, hey, I'm going to get a deal from this guy, from this one place for $100, but then they tack on the $2, so now, it's not really $100, it's $102 when you actually look at it.
Yeah.
So in other words, you take a guitar, $2,000 guitar, you got it.
Right.
You got, what do you got? You got $20. You got $40, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you got
we're not good at math.
Yeah, so you got $2,040. Well, then you look around and you can find a guitar that's like, let's say, $2,005, the same guitar, but there's no promotional fee on it. Well, you just got burned for $15.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm just like, I think that, okay, whatever. You're going to do a 2% fee.
Right.
All right, fine. If I'm willing to do if I want to do the 0% for 12 months or whatever it is, and you're going to charge me an extra 2% to do that, that's fine, because that's way better than charge or paying 20 some or 30, even 30%. Let's just call it 29% for 12 months. Or 18 months, or however long it takes to pay that off. So it's still a good deal. However, the trap is that we're going to give you X number of months, and some cards are better than this than others. But okay, I go out and I buy a $2,000 guitar. I have 48 months to pay that off. Whatever that maths out to, let's say $50 a month, right? But then they send me a statement saying, oh, you only need to pay $36 a month. Well, if I don't know what I'm doing, I just pay the $36 a month. And then at the end of the 48-month period, crap, I still owe, I don't know, $800. Otherwise, next month, I'm going to get hit with all that prorated interest.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to watch it. There's, why can't they put the price that they're charging on the item?
Yeah, I think that should be part of the checkout, right? And maybe it is. I haven't seen it. I haven't noticed it. But like when you go through in your final checkout, it says, here's the price. Here's what shipping is. Okay, that's free. Here's what your tax is. Boom. Then right below that, here's what your promotional fee, your promotional balance fee is going to be, which 2%. Okay. Oh, okay. My total is this, and that's how much I have to finance at 0% for X number of months. Because then it's in black and white. When I'm going through my checkout and making sure that everything makes sense to me, oh, I see that I have a promotional fee.
Right.
Yeah, it seems sneaky to me.
It is.
It is.
Slash
And it
greedy.
is sneaky.
Let me ask you a question. If everybody gets used to the 2%, what's to stop them to charge 12%?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I was saying earlier. Is you're doing 2% now? Hey, nobody's even batting an eye at this, so we'll bump it up to 4%. Nobody's batting an eye at this, 6%, and we just keep bumping it up until the next thing you know, it's like, okay, well, your normal interest rate is going to be, or maybe they just do this. I guess I know why they're doing it, because they want to make money. Right.
Yeah.
So even though in my case it was $2.10 or whatever, $2.30, okay, they made $2.30 just for basically being nice guys and loaning me money for 0% interest for however many months.
right.
But they could also say, hey, if you don't pay this off at the end of your 48 months or whatever it is, and we're going to charge you this fee on top of the interest that you're already getting. Because then that makes sense to me, because then you're penalizing the people who can't keep track of their money, and that's usually what we do, right? That's how we keep the poor and the rich.
Yeah. Sort of the way it works. Yeah.
So, was this going to dissuade either of you from continuing to use these cards then through these companies, or?
Well, I'm going to be, me personally, I'm going to be a whole lot more cautious about it, and I'm going to, here's my thing. If it's an emergency, my channel strip goes down. I need, and I don't remember what this was, $300 or whatever, right? I need it right now. Throw it on my card. I get 12 months, whatever it is, fine. But if it's not an emergency, I just really want this new guitar that, I'm really interested in the new PRSs that are coming out.
Yeah.
If they haven't come out already. That's not a want, or that's a want, not a need. So I would probably say, you know what, that PRS is $500. I'll take $100 from my paycheck. I'll put it over here. I'll wait 5 months or 6 months, and then I'll just go buy it cash.
Yeah.
That
makes sense.
I'd be a little bit more cautious about how I use my card.
Right. And here's another situation that I'd like to see is, let's say, okay, you go down, you bring in a guitar for trade. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's not uncommon. Let's say you get $500 for the guitar. The new instrument you want to buy is $1,000, but it's in a promo thing. Do they charge you the full 10% on the full retail price, or is it on the $500 price?
Well, it should be on the amount that you financed.
Well, that I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, to me, that's what makes sense, is like, okay, however you finagled that deal, the final amount that you're financing for but depending on where you go too, because Guitar Box, their promotional periods are determined by the amount you're financing. So if it's $1,000 guitar, you get it down to $500, you're probably only going to get 6 months promotion.
They give you the full 4-year promotion.
Are you really? They do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they give you the full 48 months or whatever it is, but still, you should only be paying that off of the amount that you're financing, not the amount before you financed.
Yeah, but it's a promotional deal. This is what I don't know.
Right,
and I still got to find out.
I mean, I don't see how they. Yeah, I don't see how they can sit there and say, okay, we're going to charge you 2% off of the retail price. Like, okay, cool, but I got it down to where I'm only financing $500 or $600. That's what that 2% should be based off of, not the whole thing.
Right, I agree.
Yeah.
But that's not the way it always works, so I like to be sure of that. And, of course, you walk in there and nobody really knows about that, because I asked them about the promotional stuff, and they're like, I don't know.
Yeah. You know what? So
course
that
not.
actually kind of leads me, unless somebody has something else that they want to mention about this promo thing. But I kind of wanted to jump back or kind of segue into Guitar Box, and I'm sorry that I'm gonna single out Guitar Box on this. Not that I mean to, but I am. I guess I do mean to. But we went into our local Guitar Box,
Yeah, we
and
did.
they've rearranged. They've changed some things since the last time that I was in there. I assume that it's probably just about every store, but now our wall. I wish you would have went, Amanda. I know that you're tired of being in a car, and I get it. But I wish you would have went so that you could see this and know exactly what we were talking about. But now, instead of having a wall where all their expensive stuff is all the way up on the top row, now they have the guitars sectioned vertically instead of horizontally. So it used to be expensive on the top, cheaper on the bottom, mid-range in the middle, right?
Right.
But now it's vertical. So you have your row of Gibsons, and then your row of Fenders, and then your Epiphones, and then your PRS, and your Schecter. And so it's all... I do like this aspect of it, is that if I'm looking for a Schecter, I know exactly where to look instead of having to look along the entire wall to find the Schecter.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
But they had a whole lot of guitars on the floor. They had way more guitars on the floor than I've ever seen there.
Some of it's used.
Yeah, a lot of it was used.
Mm-hmm.
But they did have some new stuff on the floor, which does go to their whole, like, we want to be a playground where people can come in and experiment. So I did like that. What I didn't like is that this playground now has made it almost impossible to walk in the store.
Yep.
The little pathways that have now been created for you to walk, and then when you try to walk through a pathway and somebody else is in that pathway, maybe, and this happened to me twice while I was there, is I was just trying to walk from point A to point B, and I couldn't get there because there were people standing in that pathway. So I had to grab my ring and my Hobbit friends, and we had to take another path to get to our final destination.
Did you
That
find
was
your
quite annoying.
Did you find it?
No.
Oh.
No,
So,
we
what
did
happens
not.
if you're walking through and you just happen to accidentally bump into a guitar? Is it like you break it, you bought it? Is it your fault that they have their CRAP all over the floor? Like, it's
is
weird
that a
to
new
me.
company?
You know?
No, I have no idea how that works. I have absolutely no idea.
Are you to be blamed, or is it their fault for putting everything all over the floor and making it almost impossible to walk? Unless you're a toddler.
I kind of feel like the stuff that they're putting on the floor, that stuff should be your floor model stuff. That should be stuff that you expect to get dinged and damaged.
Oh,
and,
so those are items that people can buy.
well, yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely. As my wig gets crazy on me, absolutely, you could buy. I saw a Squire that matched the color, matched your new car.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh yeah, Amanda would love this. And then as soon as I picked it up and I flipped it over, because it's the Squire Sonic. And
Yeah.
I don't know if the Sonic replaced the Bullet or where the Sonic falls into the line.
It could have. It's a low end.
Yeah, it is. I picked it up. It was very lightweight, which kind of typical for Squire. But as soon as I looked at the back there, it looked like it got almost slammed into the corner of a desk or something. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to pay I'm not going to pay retail for that.
Whoa.
What?
That's called relicking. Come on.
Oh,
you pay
horse
Relicking?
manure.
You pay a lot more money for relic.
Yeah.
couldn't you
no.
just ask them to knock off some money for that?
Yeah, you can.
Or
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah, you just gotta. I mean, you're not going to get it for $20.
No.
You might be able to get $20-$30 off of it or something like that.
Or they might
Yeah.
throw in stuff. like
Right.
a losing lottery ticket.
Yeah, or like a $30 retail cable that costs $2.50 to them.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah, now
But-
I'm regretting that I didn't go because I would have liked to see this, but
Yeah,
Yeah, I think, I mean,
Bummer.
so I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I like the idea that they're now going vertically on the walls so that I can look for a certain brand instead of having just everything just all lumped in and it's just going by price and all that stuff. I like having the guitars on the floor so that you can play, but there's literally, you used to be able to walk in there, pick up a guitar, and you could sit almost anywhere and comfortably play. There was two guys
Right.
there that were playing guitars. One of them was sitting down. The other one didn't have a place to sit down. And I thought about grabbing one, but I was like, there is no place to sit and play. It's just that
Yeah.
particular store is
There's
too
no room.
small
Mm-hmm.
to go for that huge playground concept.
right.
yeah.
Unless they got rid of some of their other areas. But I'm sure that they make money off of pianos and audio equipment and,
Oh, sure.
lighting and all that stuff. So why would they do that?
They need a bigger store.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
bigger store is going to cost more, to operate monthly.
Yep.
But
So-
I thought that was all part of their new plan was to make it more open and welcoming and, oh, come in and try this out. But like you said firsthand, you didn't even want to, you didn't have any room to do that. So it's like how they could have, lost a sale or whatever because it's not inviting,
Well, you know what, though? I do have to give credit because I have always stated that every time I walk in this store, and I know that, Dad was with me, so that instantly bumps me up, right, in privilege points.
Oh, jeez.
But normally I go in there and nobody says anything to me until like I look like I know exactly what I want and I'm about to jump over the cab or over the counter so that I can grab it. Then they'll be like, "Oh, can I help you find something?" But now today, Dad was at the counter. He was talking to somebody. I was just kind of walking around, checking things out, like I always do. I'm a kid in a toy store. And one of the guys actually popped up. He's like, "Hey, can I help you find anything?" And I'm like, "I'm just here with that guy." He's like, "Oh, okay." So that was nice to have somebody come up and say, acknowledge me. But then on the other side, I feel like they were kind of learning things with us,
Yeah.
we
there was
were
some-
asking some questions and, and I totally understand that I don't expect somebody to know everything. But I kind of feel like if somebody were to say, "Hey, we've got this promotional thing, we got this promotional thing. These things can work together. These things can't work together." Like those are simple things, sales things that a sales associate should know.
Yeah.
Right. So then you walk in and then you're like, I know more than you,
Yep.
Well, at least I think I do, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm sure you actually probably do. But I
You
mean,
know,
I think
no,
they just,
I
I
don't
think they hire.
necessarily. I don't know if I would say I know more than they do. I mean, I would just say that, like, you know how like when people sometimes you go places and people will tell you stuff and your BS meter just starts to go off
Yep.
like
Yeah.
a Geiger counter.
Yep.
Yep.
That's kind of, I don't like when that happens. I totally understand when somebody comes straight out and says, "You know what, to be honest with you, I honestly don't know. I've never experienced that before, but let's
Yep.
figure this out together." All right,
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
But when people just start feeding BS because they don't want to sound like they don't know, that's when I get frustrated. And that's when I'm like, do I really want to be here? Do I really want to spend money?
You know,
Right.
Tim, if you would have walked in dressed as Prince, you would have gotten a lot of attention.
Yes.
I'll do it. Dare me. Dare
Yeah.
me. I'll do it.
That would be hilarious.
I'll do it next Halloween. We'll go to Guitar Box and I'll walk in like this and somebody
Yeah.
can just film it.
I'll go. And then I'm gonna be Weird Al, 100%.
Yeah, and then when they're like, "Oh, do you need a guitar?" I'll be like, "No, I'm here for a drum set."
I'm gonna be like, do you sell accordions?
Yeah, accordions.
Accordions?
Do you
Anybody?
have any accordions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it'd be fun. Like, I don't know. So I guess where I'm going with that, I like it. I like what they're doing, but I think they need to. They do need to kind of fix their selection a little bit, and I don't. I don't know if that's a local issue or if that's a company-wide issue or what.
I have no idea.
Don't know.
Well, I don't know if y'all have anything else you want to talk about.
Did you want to talk about Ghost?
Ghost.
Didn't you have Ghost on there? Yeah.
I did. Well, do we actually? I don't have notes open. I am winging this
Oh,
episode.
okay. Well, then I'll just
but no,
be the
no,
overachiever.
Yeah, do it. No, Ghost is their 2025 tour is going to hit the U.S. They have announced the dates, and I think tickets are on sale now. I'm just kind of trying. I'm kind of debating between Florida, Omaha, or Kansas. I'm trying
Florida.
Yeah. Well, the wife wants to go to Florida, and I'm like, well,
Okay, well.
let's go to Florida, hang out for an extended weekend, and we'll go see Ghost.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know,
that would
I
be
think-
fun.
Yeah, it
I
would
think
be.
that would be. I think that'd be a fun show. I'm a fan of them, even though I apparently know almost nothing about them. Because every time I say something that I think is factual, one of our listeners will always reach out and say, "No, you're wrong."
It happens.
Yeah, this is what happened. But I like their music. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I might go check that out. Tickets are I'm seeing like a decent seat, probably about $250 a ticket.
Not too
Okay.
bad.
But that's a decent seat. I don't know if I want to I don't know how that concert goes. I don't want to be standing in a mosh pit, that's for sure.
No.
Right.
You're
I
too old
don't-
for that.
I am too old for I don't want to be standing for 3 or 4 hours, period. I need to sit. So I want a seat. I want an actual chair. So that's going to usually cost me a little bit more money.
So they're not coming to Des Moines.
No, they're not coming to Des Moines.
Is it-
Omaha and Kansas City are the closest.
Okay. Are they one of those bands that are like, oh, we're not doing red states?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, because I know there's several musicians out there that officially aren't like traveling. They're not going to do any more tours in red
Yeah.
states. So
So let's talk about that real quick.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So bands, again, we're not a political podcast, right?
No.
Absolutely not. We're
Nope.
just a family having fun with music and having conversation.
Yep.
Musicians who are going to sit there and be like, well, I'm not playing blue states or I'm not playing red states. That's fine. That's your choice. I feel like you're losing out on money
Yeah.
because you choose to make that stand. And that's fine.
Right.
Yep.
It's absolutely fine. Hey, if you want to make that stand, not come to my state, I probably am not going to make the journey to go see you.
Yep.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. If you're a musician, and this same goes, and again, here we can do a little. I need to come up with a jingle for Hear Tim rant. If you're an artist, or if you're an actor, you're not an influencer. You're an artist or an actor,
Right.
and your opinion or your political views, shut up. Keep them to yourself. And in my personal opinion, when you have some artists that are gonna make big news because they apparently swung one way or another, do you not realize that they get paid for that swing?
Yeah.
100%.
There's money
Like-
involved.
100% there's money involved. If I was a stage artist, personally, I would just stay the heck out of it.
Right.
But
And-
if you offered me a huge chunk of money to go stand on the stage and maybe say a few words and play the guitar, I do like money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my biggest issue with somebody like, okay, example, Taylor Swift.
Tay Tay.
Tay-Tay. her specifically saying that she will not be touring in red states anymore. To me, that is,
Thank you.
well, besides that, here's my thing. You have young kids that look up to her, young girls that look up to her, okay? Not within voting.
And boys too. Don't forget them.
Right, but not within voting age, right? So
Right.
why are you punishing these kiddos that have nothing to do about, the political stance of their state or their parents or whatever? Why punish these kiddos, and make it difficult for them to go see their favorite artist?
Yeah, but reality of it is, okay. So you're not going to come to my state anymore, and I don't have kids, obviously. But if my kids really wanted to see Tay Tay, and I wanted to treat my kids, and Tay Tay's going to be the next state over, I'm probably going to spend the money and make a field trip of it and go see her anyway.
Well, yeah,
So-
yeah. There could be a lot of parents out there that are like, well, if you're not going to come to my state because of that, then forget you, kind of thing too.
Well, that's what I would do too.
I know
I mean,
that
I
there
would
are other...
say forget you anyway because I'm not but anyway.
Right. But I know there are other artists out there, like Katy Perry came out and said to Taylor, that's not really the answer. It's not, music is meant to unify people, and that
Yep.
this is going
I
to
agree.
create more of a divide. She
Yep.
said, she's not disagreeing with, the reasoning behind it, but she's like, let's not divide even more, and I agree with that,
Right.
Yeah, no, 100%. You can have your own views, keep them to yourself. If you don't want to go travel to a specific state because something bad happened or something you don't like, well, that's your option. It's your
that's
band.
their prerogative. I mean, their tour is going to be real short. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
It's going to be a real short tour if you're only going to visit certain states. But,
Yep.
I feel like the cash cow is eventually going to run dry. But
Yeah, I don't know.
You never know. Yeah.
I don't know. But
Yeah.
I
I-
agree. I agree with that, though, because I think music is meant to unify people and bring people together. And I think with something like that, I mean, why can't we just leave that stuff out of it? I just don't. Just sing, sing about whatever you want to sing about. But I don't understand why it has to get political and whatnot. I don't know.
Yeah, another thing that kind of brought to mind, because I went to a friend's wedding the other night, and then after this story, we can get out of here.
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
went to
Go for
my
it.
friend's wedding last night, and we have the ceremony, we eat the dinner, we do the toasts, and and then they have a DJ, and the dance floor opens up, and I'm just sitting there like, all this music that is being played is the same music that was played when I got married 48,000 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
My question is, has literally nothing good come out since then?
No.
Are they're just that big they're
No.
that classic, they're that big, nothing can replace it.
No.
Or
I
are
Go
the
ahead.
DJs just lazy and say, these hits will work?
probably.
Column
But
A, column B.
they still play, what is it, the Party Rock Anthem by, what is it, LMFAO?
Oh, yeah.
And they played that at your wedding reception. And I remember Grandma, who's no longer with us, Grandma was dancing to it. And so every time I hear it on the radio, I think of Grandma just dancing to LMFAO.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
Nice.
I mean, you're right. I mean, well, it's always the YMCA. It's
Yup.
always, what's that? Small town girl, whatever.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
city.
yeah. Is it Foreigner?
Yeah, that one. I mean,
Like,
they do
Small
all
Town
those.
Girl? Oh,
Every
yeah.
single one.
And they
You
do
know?
all the two-step songs that, they create these line dances to, and,
Yeah.
the simple stuff. There was even one song, I remember the song, I don't remember what song it was, but apparently there's this new dance thing where you get in a circle of four people, and you sit on the floor with your feet touching, and then you're doing all these moves, and I'm like looking over because I'm just sitting in my chair in complete disgust, and I'm like, why are we on the floor?
Well, they used to do that for Rock the Boat. You know that? Remember that? Everybody sits on a floor and they go, rock the boat.
That might
No?
have been the song. That might have been the song. That might have been
Okay.
it. I couldn't concentrate on the song because I'm sitting there watching these people sit on the floor, and I'm like, but why?
That's funny.
Yeah.
You're just being an
that
old
is.
cranky.
I am
Old
being an old
cranky
cranky.
butt.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was some new songs that I had never heard before. They were also new songs that I hope I never hear again.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
they weren't that great. But yeah, it's so.
I didn't even
I
know
just
people are
found that
still getting
funny.
married. I don't even ever hear about
Yeah,
about
there's-
weddings anymore.
It still happens every once in a while. You know, you still have some of the older 30s and the young 40s that are still doing the whole wedding thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Dad, are you playing Tetris or ping
No.
pong or something? You're like
No, why? Oh,
you're going back and forth. Are you doing some shopping? You're looking for some new shoes or something?
no.
Or-
My brother sent me he sends me a Gibson Les Paul standard 50 plain top for $2,000, cardinal red, and it's from
Okay.
Street Puddle.
Oh.
He just
is he getting that? Is he getting that for you for Christmas?
I'm going to suggest it.
Yeah, I would too.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean it's like $600 off the regular price. It's on sale. So he sent it to me. He says, "What do you think of this?" And so, I mean,
Interesting.
yeah, I like looking at them. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I really-
there's quite a few I've looked at lately that I would love to have, but
yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to buy more racks if I get more guitars.
You got to
Well, you
get a
gotta-
couch first.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
No,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to work that deal.
All right. Yeah. For those of you wondering, we have a couch and we're trying to get rid of it, and Tim may or may not
If
purchase it.
and if you want, I think we have, is it info@pandemicguitar.com? We have to have an email somewhere that people, or is it pandemicguitar@icloud.com? I can't even remember anymore if
I
anybody's
can't
interested
either.
in the couch.
Yeah. Yeah. Must live in the 515 area.
Right.
No free delivery, cash only. Yeah, if you're interested,
It's a California couch, so it has
is.
passed all the emission laws.
yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's yeah. Yep.
yeah. So
All right.
if you light the couch on fire, it's not going to create any pollution.
Right. According to the state of California, this couch is known to contain materials
Yes, that is harmful.
hazardous to your health.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Okay.
we've been bantering on for quite a bit.
Yeah.
Glad we got together and get the show back up and going.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll have some new fun stuff coming up in the near future.
Maybe-
I
Maybe I'll fill the bucket up.
Yeah,
think
when
that
Dad-
should. I think you should wear that every episode, and then we just call you Bucket Rick.
When Dad told me he was gonna, or he said, "Oh, who should I be?" And I said, "Buckethead." And he goes, "Okay." He goes, "I'll go get the bucket." And I go, "Okay." And he goes, "Can I put it on with the chicken? Can I leave the chicken in the bucket?"
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Why not?
All right.
Okay.
I don't know, Dad.
We're outta
Only
here.
you. All right, we're out of here.
Do you got a little spiel, or are we just getting out of here?
Oh, I mean, I don't exactly have anything ready, but I can throw something together here real quick. Hey, thanks for tuning into our very, very, very late Halloween episode. Hope you enjoyed our outfits. Please feel free to let us know who's you liked the most.
There's
don't
only
forget-
one right answer.
Don't forget, Dad was Buckethead. You can't see it right now. There you go. There you go. Yeah, so please feel free to contact us on Instagram, which is at Pandemic Guitar, on Facebook, and also on YouTube. You may also email us at pandemicguitar@icloud.com. And don't forget to visit our swag store, swag.pandemicguitarpodcast.com. Until next time, keep on playing or don't. We won't tell, y'all, unless your name's Jolene.
Jolene.
Jolene. All right.
All right.
I got to take this pillow out. It's driving me nuts.
Pete.
All right. See ya.
All right. See everybody in 2 weeks.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. Bye, everybody.